What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Train to Busan presents Peninsula. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Wow, this sequel is disappointing to say the least. And I was a huge fan of the first film. I consider the 2016 sensation Train to Busan to be a phenomenal zombie flick because it was more than just about the thrills. There were all these emotional intricacies. Everybody had so much to lose, and they were logistically trapped within those tight compartments, and every death was a massive loss. And there was an antagonist that you love to hate, which is why it baffles me that even though it's handled by the same creative talents, this follow-up, Peninsula, is an absolute mess. It's as if somebody planted the idea in director Yang Sang-ho's brain that more action is all it needs. And so he cranks it all up to the point where the action drowns everything else into oblivion. It's a shame, really. Peninsula, or whatever you call this garbage, is nothing more than Mad Max, Escape from New York, Fast and Furious wannabe knockoff. Directed by the filmmaker who gave us the first film, Yang Sang-ho, the story in Peninsula is set 4 years after South Korea's total decimation in Train to Busan, the zombie thriller that captivated audiences worldwide. In this next chapter of apocalyptic world, a soldier named Yang Sok, who previously escaped the diseased wasteland, relives the horror when assigned to a covert operation with two simple objectives: retrieve and survive. When his team unexpectedly stumbles upon survivors, their lives will depend on whether the best or worst of human nature prevails in the direst of circumstances. Starring Gang Dan-won and Lee Jung-hyun. 4 years have passed, and in this story, South Korea has been quarantined, completely cut off from the rest of the world. Nothing or no one is allowed to go in or out. But of course, some wise guy hires a bunch of desperados to pull a heist for him because apparently there's a truckload of money just sitting there in the darkness in the peninsula. One of the members of that team is Young Sok, who at the dawn of the apocalypse left a mother and her family behind by the side of the road instead of helping them. And now, 4 years later, he's about to encounter what has become of that little family. The story doesn't have much to go on really, because before you know it, the action takes over and goes into hyperdrive, and it all turns into a combination of gladiatorial extravaganza and a drawn-out car chase. Don't get me wrong, they do have their moments, but it stops being fun anymore the minute that you realize that that is all it's got. The zombies are pretty much the same. They don't evolve or mutate. Hell, even Resident Evil movies had the decency to mix things up and give us some gnarly abominations in their sequels. So even on that front, Peninsula is not able to get a little bit creative. The script's very few emotional beats fail to make an impact. Much of it is even forced, if you ask me. And there are just way too many Mary Sues to mention. I can't take the characters seriously because they are absurdly competent. This movie also wants to be all dark and visceral, but the result is shallow and chaotic. I don't know what more to say really, other than Peninsula is the perfect example for why some movies like Train to Busan should have been left alone as a solo movie without any continuation.